Hello and welcome to the Education on Fire podcast. The place where we share creative and inspiring learning in our schools. Episode 63. Hi, welcome back to the Education on Fire podcast. This is Mark Taylor here. Just wanted to come and just talk to you just for a few short minutes about the new direction for Education on Fire and some of the things that I've learnt from some of the great feedback that some of you have given me, and thank you so much for that. I just wanted to let you know that the thing that binds us together is our desire for a creative and inspiring learning environment for our children, just actually having somewhere where they feel like anything is possible and the world is their oyster, really, which is the most important thing. But what's been really interesting is that it's the diversity of people listening. It's not just teachers and head teachers in our schools. It's also lots of parents who are really keen on how their children are being taught and the environment of their schools, and also some of the great people in business in the education space who are creating some great products that are really giving our children the tools that they need to really express themselves in this sort of new modern era. So what I've decided to do is, having taken all this on board, is I'm going to just sort of diversify a little bit. We're still going to carry on doing our theme seasons for schools, and they're going to be shortened. So I'm going to do each season as only just 6 episodes. So we're going to get to the heart of each season, and PE is going to be season 5 when that comes very shortly. But I'm also going to add an extra episode which is going to come out on a Wednesday. It's going to be called Wednesday Wisdom. I'm going to interview people who are successful in their fields about how school affected them, what they've learnt during their life, the most important things that as parents and educators, we can give that information to our children in a slightly different way rather than just through the curriculum at school, but just give them the opportunity to hear how people have managed to get and achieve their dreams with the school's help or without the school's help, and how their life experiences have really done that, and some of the key things of people they've met and some of the things they've read and listened to which have really changed their lives. So the way that's going to work is that's going to happen on every Wednesday. Once it releases in the next few weeks, that's going to keep going week in, week out for the whole year. And then the individual seasons focusing on certain parts of the curriculum for schools and teachers, that's going to come out as it was before in a season format. And I'd really like to know your feedback about when you start listening to these things, so that actually maybe what I'm going to do is I may split the podcast and have 2 separate podcasts that focus on each of those individually, or if you like the fact that they're both combined because of this key element in the middle of actually having the heart of our children's education and their well-being, and then wanting to be creative and inspired as part of it. Maybe having it together is a good idea. I'm hearing lots of things from lots of different people agreeing with that, as well as wanting it individually. So we'll see how that goes. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to release an episode a week of some recordings I've done from people who've got in contact with me and wanted to let me know what they're doing. That includes the Royal Opera House. I had a great conversation there about their learning and participation and how that fits into the Opera House as a whole. This week, I'm going to be releasing my conversation with Flora Barton from Cromarsh Gifford School about reduction of testing and planning and lots of verbal feedback, which is amazing. So we're going to have maybe 4 or 5 weeks of some of these recordings that I've done already, which really are just great bits of information about learning, which are just there for you to have. And then as we go through those weeks, I'll do some extra episodes just to let you know exactly how the new format will then be released slightly later in the summer. So many thanks for listening. As always, if you want to get in touch, just mark@educationonfire.com. And press subscribe on your phone or your smartphone or however you listen to this podcast, and just make sure you keep up to date with everything that's going on. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the Education on Fire podcast. For more information of each episode and to get in touch, go to educationonfire.com. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire.